Hey love, welcome back to my channel Rise and Align. I'm Samantha Claire, and if you're new here, I'm really glad you found this video. This space is all about energy alignment, healing deeply, and manifesting a life and love that actually feels like you. Now let's talk about some of the biggest manifestation myths that are keeping people stuck. And I say this with love because I believe some of these too. For years, I'd journal, visualize, say all the right affirmations, and still felt like nothing was shifting. And honestly, it wasn't because I wasn't trying hard enough. It was because I was operating on a lot of misinformation. So today I want to help you clear the noise because once you release these myths, manifestation becomes simpler, more embodied, and honestly, a lot more peaceful. Myth one, you have to feel good all the time to manifest. This one is everywhere. And on the surface, it makes sense, right? Raise your vibe, attract higher outcomes, but then you have a bad day, feel anxious, or fall into old emotions, and suddenly you're panicking like you've just unmanifested everything you've ever wanted. Here's what I've learned: you don't have to be happy 24/7, you don't need to fake positivity. What actually matters is your authentic energy. When you let yourself feel what's real and you create safety within those emotions, your overall frequency shifts naturally. Think of it like this: you're not manifesting from a single bad moment, you're manifesting from your consistent baseline, your beliefs, your sense of worthy, your openness to receive. So stop beating yourself up for being human. You're allowed to feel and still manifest magic. Myth two, just think about it and it will come. This is where a lot of people get frustrated. They're visualizing, they're journaling, they're affirming every morning and night, but nothing's happening. And it's not because they're doing it wrong, it's because manifestation is deeper than just thinking pretty thoughts. Here's the thing: you manifest from your whole being, not just your mind. If your body feels unsafe having money, if your nervous system tenses up at the idea of love, or if your inner child still believes it's not worthy, then no amount of affirmations will override that. This is why healing work like EFT tapping, inner child integration, somatic support is so key. You have to align not just mentally, but emotionally and energetic. Myth three, if it hasn't shown up yet, I must be blocked. This one breaks my heart because it creates so much unnecessary self doubt. Sometimes we do everything: the mindset work, the energy work, the action, and still crickets. And the inner spiral starts. Did I mess this up? Is the universe punishing me? Am I blocked and don't know it? But here's what I want you to really hear: a delay is not always a problem. It doesn't mean you're broken, it often means you're becoming. You're evolving into the version of you who can actually hold and enjoy that next level. Manifestation doesn't always happen on our timeline, it happens on soul time. And sometimes that space between the desire and the delivery is where the biggest growth happens. So don't give up just because it's taking longer than you thought. You're not late, you're right on time for what's meant for you. Myth four, just decide it's done and it will manifest instantly. Okay, so I love the energy of this one, the boldness, the clarity, the confidence, but it's also kind of misleading when taken literally. Yes, deciding is powerful. Yes, clarity is magnetic, but deciding isn't a shortcut that skips over healing, integration, or reality. You can decide you're a millionaire, but if your body tenses up every time you look at your bank account, or if your nervous system associates wealth with stress or loss, that desire will feel unsafe to your subconscious. So, what happens? Self sabotage, delays, it's not working energy. True decision is just the beginning. What matters is what you become after you decide. Do you show up differently? Do you stretch your capacity to receive? Do you rewrite what's been unconsciously repelling that desire? That's where the real shift happens in who you're being, not just what you're declaring. Myth 5, don't worry about the how, just trust. This one has a good heart behind it, but it can also make you feel really helpless if you don't understand how to apply it. Yes, you're not meant to control every detail or force the outcome, but don't worry about the how doesn't mean doing nothing. It means don't obsess over controlling every step, but do show up for the version of you who already has what you want. That means taking inspired action, being open to possibilities, letting yourself be guided and grounded. So instead of asking, how is it going to happen? Ask, what aligned move can I make right now? That's how you stay in flow without falling into passivity. Manifestation is co creation. You're not just wishing, you're participating. So, if you've been holding on to any of these myths, I hope this gave you a little clarity and maybe even a bit of permission to stop trying so hard to get it perfect. Manifestation isn't about being high vibe 100% of the time. It's not about faking it till you make it or forcing results. It's about learning to align with what's real, what's true, and what actually feels safe to receive. And here's the beautiful part, you don't have to come from a super spiritual background or have it all figured out to make this work. I definitely didn't when I started. In fact, that's exactly what I'm talking about in the next video, how I started manifesting with zero spiritual background. Because trust me, I wasn't manifesting under moonlight or scripting in journals since I was 12 years old. I was just a regular person looking for change, and what I found completely shifted my life. So, if you've ever felt like you're late to the spiritual path or like you're not doing it the right way, you're gonna wanna hear this one. So, make sure you're subscribed, turn on the bell, and I'll see you in the next one. And remember, you're more powerful than you know, and your path is unfolding exactly as it should. Until next time, I'll see you guys then. Bye.